My girlfriend assumed the house I won in a charity raffle would automatically have her name on the deed because we'd been dating for 8 months. The ticket cost me $100. Local Children's Hospital fundraiser. The grand prize was a 3-bedroom house worth $450,000. Bought it on my lunch break because my coworker's daughter was getting treatment there. Didn't even tell Jessica about it. She found out when the hospital called, saying I'd won. We won what? She said, grabbing my phone. A house? Oh my god, we can finally move out of our apartments. Our apartments. Plural. We didn't live together. She'd refused when I suggested it 6 months in. I need my own space, Brian. Don't be so needy. But suddenly, we were a we when property was involved. The key ceremony was 2 weeks later. Jessica took the day off work, bought a new dress, and invited her mother. My daughter, the homeowner, her mom kept saying. I hadn't invited anyone except my brother. Isn't Jessica moving too fast? He whispered. Jessica heard him. We're practically married, right, baby? We'd never discussed marriage. She'd actually said 3 months ago that marriage was an outdated institution designed to oppress women. The house tour was when things escalated. Jessica walked through measuring windows, talking about paint colors, which walls to knock down. The hospital representative looked confused. Will both names be on the deed? Jessica answered before I could. Obviously, we're partners. Actually, I said, just mine. The car ride home was silent until we reached her apartment. I cannot believe you humiliated me like that, in front of my mother. Jessica, I bought the ticket. I won the house. We don't even live together. Because you were too broke for a nice place. Now we have one. I reminded her that she'd refused to move in with me. That was different, apparently. That was before we had equity. The next morning, she showed up with boxes, started packing my apartment. What are you doing? Getting us ready to move. I already gave my landlord notice. Jessica, you're not moving into the house. Yes, I am. You can't expect me to stay in my studio while you live in a whole house. That's financial abuse. My brother was there helping me pack. He laughed. Financial abuse? You make twice what he makes. She did. Marketing director at a tech company. $120,000 a year to my $45,000 teaching salary? That's not relevant, she snapped. Over the next week, Jessica told everyone about our house, posted photos on her social media, changed her bio to future homeowner, started a Pinterest board called Our Dream Home, tagged me in furniture posts that cost more than I made in 3 months. Her friends started congratulating me on finally stepping up and providing for her. About time Brian acted like a real man, one said. Jessica deserves someone who can give her the life she wants. I moved into the house alone on a Friday. Saturday morning, Jessica showed up with a moving truck. Her entire apartment is packed inside. Where should the movers start? Jessica, they should start by driving back to your apartment. You're really going to make me live in that dump while you have 3 bedrooms? You chose that apartment, called it charming and minimalist. That was before you had a real house. Her mother called. Her father called. Her friends bombarded my phone, all saying the same thing. How could I leave Jessica behind? How could I be so selfish? How could I deny her what she deserved? What exactly does she deserve? I asked her best friend. She's been with you 8 months. She deserves security. She has her own job, apartment, and car. What security does she need from me? Emotional security. The security of knowing her boyfriend isn't selfish. The breaking point came when Jessica hired a locksmith to change the locks while I was at work. Claimed she was on the deed, needed copies made. The locksmith called me to verify. I drove home to find her car in the driveway, her stuff in the living room. How did you get in? I made copies of your keys last week. For emergencies. This isn't an emergency. This is breaking. You can't break into your own home, Brian. I called the police, showed them the deed, the paperwork, and the raffle ticket stub with only my name. Jessica told them we were common law married. The officer informed her that our state doesn't recognize common law marriage. She'd Googled the wrong state's laws. She moved out that night crying about how I destroyed our future. We'd been broken up for 2 hours when her coworker texted me. Jessica's telling everyone you stole her house in the divorce. What divorce? We were never married. She says emotionally you were. Last week, the Children's Hospital called. They're doing another raffle. Asked if I wanted to buy a ticket. Bought 5. Jessica texted immediately. I heard you're playing again. When you win, I expect fair treatment. Blocked her number. Her new boyfriend can buy his own tickets.